Well, good evening. Welcome back to VP4TV. YPR has just arrived in the lobby. That is Larry's opponent. We've got two one-loss side matches due to go ahead at the top of the hour within the next minute or so when the rooms go up. We've got one match. Matt is there. I noticed Matt's there now. And just wondering if Woody's going to show. Always a little bit of wonder if Woody's actually going to show up, but no sign of him yet. Welcome to Mark, welcome to Hold This Pillow. Yeah, I started the stream a bit later. I was watching the England game. They're getting worse as the matches go on. Scotland are, well, I was going to say getting better. Well, they got a draw, but England are going to have to inject a bit of passion into the play. They were caught short far too often. Couldn't pass the ball. That pitch was crap, by the way. I don't know whether it's getting to do with the roof being over it or whatever, but that pitch is horrible. The footing wasn't good on that pitch. And I mean, that's a terrible state of pitch being in for a championship, especially in Germany. You know, you think the Germans would get things right like that, but that's a horrible pitch. Right, so both rooms are up. Larry and Rodney are probably getting underway, but just having a quick look because I always have my doubts as to whether Woody's going to show up. And because I was looking to see whether he had maybe forfeited earlier on, and I hadn't when I looked, but he's not exactly in a hurry to get into the lobby, is he? So I think, well, it's looking like Matt scared him off. So Matt's going to have an easy night of it if that's the way it goes. Right, anyway, my plan was to sort of keep an eye on what was happening in both matches, so no doubt we'll get the pop-up after 10 minutes saying that Matt has been advanced unless Woody turns up. But I'm going to hedge my bets and say he's not having any of it. Right, let's get in. Well, I think for the amount of talent that the England team have got, and I do agree with what's his name? What do you call him? The Geordie pundit in the commentary box, Alan Shearer. Alan Shearer got it right. You know, you've got Harry Kane, supposed to be like the target man, and yet he's back. He's back with the midfielders trying to get the ball. You know, and that's the point. The you know they're not getting the feed through to him. Okay, got the goal, but I just don't think that the setup's right. They're not making use of the talent that they've got. So they need to go back to the drawing board. They definitely need to do that. So Larry won the lag, and this is his first visit. Races to 3, remember, all throughout the tournament until the final. Let me just tab to the lobby. Yeah, I'm going to stick my neck in the block and say Woody's not having any of this. I could be wrong, but I think well, Matt's he's got 7 minutes to wait yet, so I mean there's still plenty of time for Woody to get here, unless he's caught short or whatever. But we will see. Larry still at the table. Set up is pretty good. One's going in its spot, so he'll be fine. Just grazed that 3 ball. Now he's going to have to make a pot. This is always the thing in the 10-footer table. It's not quite, they're not quite gimmies at distance in this table. Now, I don't think he's ran through far enough for the 1-5, but I think he might get away. He might get away with the force follow, although he's not convinced, but I think he will. I think he would get away with the force follow here. And he's going to scratch, the old sucker scratch. Oh, I wish he'd had another good look at that 5 ball, because he could have got away with the force follow. It was tight, but I think he would have. So Larry's put his foot right in it straight off the bat. Let's have another quick look. Still no sign of Woody. Which is a bit annoying. So when you agree a time and then the opponent can't be bothered either to show up or can't be bothered to send you a message and say, look, I can't make it. Or, you know, maybe an emergency's cropped up, but who are we to know if no information comes through? Well, Larry will be hoping that he gets these blunders out the way early on. And don't forget that you Plonker Rodney, if I'm correct in saying this, if my memory serves me right, he's still got a high run of the tournament, 92. So Rodney can certainly score. This looks a bit straight in this 1 ball, but he had enough to punch the cue ball out. It's well set here. Now again, he wants to just gently brush this 3 ball towards the pocket, so he's guaranteed a pot. He doesn't want to hammer this. He wants to keep one of these balls alive here. Well, the 5 balls, the one I presume he's played for, because he hit the 3 far too hard. Well, I think the Scots will be lucky to get in and out of the Hungarians. I think they'll be too good for us. That will still be a miracle. Scotland's never qualified, and this will be a major breakthrough if they ever get to qualifying. So this is a little bit thin on this 5 to the 1 here. We're about 3 minutes away from that match timing out. And that's what I said, it was a bit thin. So the run is only 21, so Larry's sort of got off the hook there. Quick look. Yeah. I'm fairly confident now in saying that Woody's not having any of it. Well, Larry starts all over again. That's a disaster because he's not hit the cue ball. Well, what a terrible start for Larry. I think he got about 20 points on the board, blew them, and now with his fantastic new trackball mouse, he can't get the ball to another ball. Doesn't hit a rail, so not a convincing start for Larry's prospects. Yeah, well, I think Woody's done that before. I think I always question somebody's bottle when it comes down to stepping up to the plate. Although, again, you've got to be, you can't be too cynical like I am, but I tend to be cynical in that sense of things. It's either an emergency or he's lost his bottle. You choose. That's all I'm saying. So, 1 minute and counting before this match times out. No, I didn't. I know that Tam and VP Monster were chatting this morning when we were playing doubles. That we were talking about what days would suit to play, but they haven't arranged anything yet, as far as I know. Fast, steady, cold as pillow. 4:30 on Friday afternoon, and then we've got. I'll need to have an early dinner then, because then we've got Jose and One Pocket Slim at 7 o'clock. So that match could possibly run into the other match tomorrow night. Well, there you go. Woody has done a run-up. Matt. In fact, while we're just messing about here in this rack, let's just have a look at the bracket and see what that shapes up. We've got Matt now through to play LS3, and the winner of that match will play the winner of this match. Well, Larry's back in, and Rodney's had 2 goes from Larry's mistakes here to put a big score on the board, and he's only put 28 on the board, and that's a bit of a let off with that score. I mean, if you're getting 2 goes and you're this far into the tournament, you really should be, well over 50, 60 odd, 70 odd at this stage. You've got to be putting those scores together. Well, I wonder if VP Monster / Ted is watching. Does this I just play a little play? Not that I'm aware of. He's always just a spectator, and then he falls asleep in the room. Well, mistake again from Larry. Missed a 5-ball pot, which was none too difficult, and he also left a cue ball short for the carom onto the 1-3 as well, I think. So Larry's going to have to give himself a shakedown, just let the England team get himself woken up here. But having said that, as I said there previously, you plonker Rodney YPR needs to move ahead here, or he'll end up paying the price. Probably that's what can happen. You get all these opportunities to run away from your opponent, and you just can't deliver. And then the next thing you know, the opponent suddenly kicks in, and he's in front of you, and he's racing down and chasing down the caroms. Well, not long to go now. I've got one more week at work up until next Saturday. Not a weekend Saturday, I should say. And then I'm off for a fortnight. Well, that was a pretty poor force follow there. It was not difficult. And again, Larry's only 20 odd points behind. And Larry should be putting that one ball on its spot. This is not right. He should be putting the one ball on its spot and working from there, because he's got a choice of a 5 to the 1 or the 1 to the 3, and he's I don't like the way he's going about this. Yeah, this is just this is not you're not in the ballpark, Larry. This is useless. You know, you've got to get the one ball on the spot in that first shot there, and he's making life so much more difficult having to run this cue ball to try and get a carom. Yeah, I mean, that's just a fail right off the bat again from Larry. You've got to do what I said. You've got to play the odds, get the one in the spot, and stay above the 5 ball for the for the 1-5 or for the 5-3 or the 1-3, one of the two. Larry gave himself no choice there but having to dig out a good carom, and having to run rails. And you ain't going to win this, Larry, with that sort of thought process. You've got to try and create yourself as many opportunities each visit rather than just the one opportunity, especially when you're leading up to the carom. The one ball should never have been left sitting there. Big mistake. Yeah, Woody is English, yeah. But like, in the back of my mind, I've known that it's not the first time that he's done that in one of these events. I'm pretty certain of it. He agrees the time, and then he ain't having any of it at the end of it. So, even though you might have made other arrangements to be here, he doesn't really care about that. You've got to have the decency to get some sort of message to somebody and say, look, I can't be there. He must know somebody in the lobby. He must have contacts with somebody where he could have left a message just out of sheer decency. Because I'm pretty certain if he couldn't make it to his work, he'd be making every effort to get in contact with him. It's just common decency to let people know there's an issue, or you forgot all about it, or whatever. Anyway, we'll never know that. I was looking at the Steam sale, not the Steam sale prices. It wasn't Steam. I was on CD. Was it CD Keys or was it Instant Gaming? And I was looking at some of the racing games. They've got a big sale on, and NASCAR Heat 5 is down to £1.19 for the full edition with all the add-ons. All the DLC that became available. The game was out in 2021, and there's a lot of good reviews for it. For the NASCAR guys, they all liked it, and I thought £1.19 doesn't sound too bad. What's the problem that it's £1.19? Well, you shouldn't find out the problem if you do a wee bit of investigating. I went on to Steam and I was looking at the reviews for the game. The people that write the reviews on the game, and about the last 3 posts They're all the most recent ones because the game's like 4 years old. And they're all complaining that the servers are shut down for online play. So that's why the game's £1.19, because there's no online play on it anymore. They've shut down the servers for the bloody thing. So if you like to get into an online lobby, you can't do that. Hence why the game is at a bargain price. So if something's at a good price, it's a good price for a reason very often. Elden Ring, what's that? Another RPG thing? Is that, what's the one that's really hard? Is that it? What's the one that's really, really difficult? That came out a couple of years ago. No, not Dark Souls, no. I don't know whether it's Elden Ring or not. But the fights are really tough. And I was watching some of the videos in it a while ago. Well, Larry is on a run of 29. Is he finally switched on here? Oh, this is no good again. It's far too much distance here. Well, the safest route is to go to the rail and kick the back of the three. That's the safe route. And he hasn't got the spin in it, I don't think. No, he hasn't hit it. You're going to go that thin, you have to put a bit of right English on it to help it get there off that rail. But Larry's contribution this time 34 with a very slender lead. I hope you're not talking to me. I hope you're not addressing streaming it to me, because I ain't into that kind of stuff. Plus the fact I'll be in bed long before then. Up at 4 o'clock tomorrow morning again.